friends, today we'll study petrochemical engineering. Okay, now what is the petrochemicals engineering? It is nothing but the name itself says it is a study of petrochemicals. Okay, now what is the petrochemicals? So for studying a petrochemical engineering, we should know what is the petrochemicals and how they are produced and what are the raw materials required for producing a that is petrochemicals. Okay, now what are the petrochemicals? They are nothing but the chemicals that are derived from the petroleum and the natural gases. Okay, and they are uh, generally they are very essential part of the chemical industries. Okay, and they are generally petrochemicals are used to manufacture the number of different products that we use day to day life, or we can say daily in our life. Okay, there are examples we can see here is the plastic, medicines, cosmetic, furniture, appliance, electronics, solar panels, wind turbine. These are the example or the product from the petrochemical industry. Okay, so in this lecture we will see what is petrochemical engineering, what are petrochemicals, what are the different products, and what are the different steps involved in the petrochemical engineering. Now you see in the first slide of a presentation, we can see here it is what is a petrochemical. The first thing we should know for studying petrochemical engineering is the petrochemicals. What are petrochemicals? They are nothing but a chemical derived from the petroleum product and the natural gases. Okay. The examples are of petrochemicals are the so what are the importance? So these are the products we get from petrochemical industries that are generally used in our daily life. So we can see here the paints are produced, rubbers, fabrics, fertilizers, cosmetic, carpenting, adhesives. Okay, these are the nothing but the number of products that we can get from the petrochemical industries, and they have a very huge importance in our day-to-day life. That's why for studying of petrochemical industry is very important. Now you see the next slide, there are number of steps involved in the petrochemical industries. So we can see here whatever the raw materials for petrochemicals are generally pure hydrocarbons. Okay, they are separated and converted to a desirable products. Then and it involves a various or the various several stages. Okay, so the stages may be grouped as the first step is we can see here is the first generation petrochemicals. So whatever the raw materials we are getting from the petroleum, they are first converted into the feedstocks, or it is also called as the first generation petrochemicals. Okay, so whatever the raw materials we are getting from petroleum or natural gas, we are converting it to the first generation petrochemicals, and their examples are given here. That is the ethylene, propylene, butadiene, BTX, and the gasoline. They are generally called as the feedstock for a petrochemical engineering. The first step. Then the second step involved in this is whatever the product we are getting here in the first step is again converted into the next type of product. It is called as the intermediate or a second generation petrochemicals. Okay, so the examples here is the polyethylene, polypropylene, and PVC. Okay, these are the examples. Whatever the feedstock we are getting in the first steps, so it is converted into the next product, that is intermediate. Okay, and the last step involved in it is the finished product, or you can say the third generation products petrochemicals, and they are generally resins, paints. So whatever the product we are getting from here, it is generally converted into the finished product, and they are used in our day-to-day life. Okay, so we can see here the finished product and the third generation petrochemicals are generally resins, paints, coatings, synthetic fiber, dyes, soap, and the detergent. So these are the steps generally involved in a petrochemical industries. The first step involved is whatever the raw material we are getting from petroleum industries. It is given a physical and a chemical chain, and they are converted into the first generation petrochemicals. Again, after the first generation, then again it is given some physical and chemical changes, so it will converted into the second generation, that is second generation petrochemicals, also called as the intermediates. Then again, whatever the intermediates we are getting, it is again given a physical as well as the chemical changes, and it is converted into the valuable products. So the valuable products are called as the third generation, and that can be used for our day-to-day life. Okay, the examples are the resin, paints, coating, synthetic fiber, dyes, soap, and the detergent. Okay, so these three steps are generally mainly used in the chemical industry. Okay, so now we will see this process in proper sequence by this diagram. Okay, now we can see here from the starting point, whatever the raw materials we are getting from the petroleum industries. Okay, so we get ethane, propane, natural gas, naphtha, butane, all these things we get from the petroleum industries. Okay, now from this petroleum products, okay, then they are given physical as well as the chemical changes and converted into a first generation product, that is called as aromatics. Okay, generally BTX, benzene, toluene, xylene, then methanol, then butadiene, ammonia, butylene, ethylene, propylene. Okay, so first the raw materials from petroleum industries is converted into first generation petrochemicals, and they are generally ethylene, propylene, butylene, ammonia, butadiene, methanol, aromatics. Okay, then again these first generation products are again given a physical changes, and they are converted into the intermediates. Okay, now we can see what is the intermediates. They are generally glycerin, acrylonitrile, isobutylene, ethylene, stearine. Okay, so we give a physical change to or a chemical change to the first generation, we get a intermediate products. Again they have some importance. Again they can be used as a raw material for producing final products, or you can say the third generation products. They are generally, again the second generation is given physical and chemical change, and it is converted to a product, final products. You can see here industrial chemicals, paint coating, synthetic rubber, explosives, resins, foam, dye, adhesives, plastics, synthetic fibers, soap, and detergent. All these products are the final products that we get from a petrochemical industries, and they called as a third generation petrochemicals. Now we see what are the end uses. What are the end users? Okay, so which who are the end users of this product? So, okay, so we can see here from the diagram. So end users are generally clothing, appliance, vehicle machinery, electronic, office and industrial equipments, pharmaceutical, consumer products, building materials, furniture. All these are the end of the petrochemical products. Okay, so that is why the petrochemical engineering is having a very large importance in our day-to-day life. Okay, that's why we are very uh, interested in this type of study. Okay, now we see what are the first generation petrochemicals. So from the diagram itself we have seen the various first generation products, or we can say first generation petrochemicals. They are generally ethylene, butylene, propylene, then the aromatics, benzene, toluene, xylene. Okay, these are the products generally. They are uh, whatever the raw materials we are getting from the petroleum industries. It may be either hydrocarbon gases, or a naphtha. Okay, they are converted into this type of products. So by converting, why Converting the naphtha, we can get a benzene aromatic rings, that is benzene, toluene, xylene, and the heavy aromatics. Okay. Again, from that we can get a ethylene product, ethylene as a product. We get a propylene as a product. Okay, and the butylene. So these are the products we get, and they are called as the first generation or the feedstock for the petroleum industries. Now we'll go for the various examples. The major petrochemicals from petroleum products. So we can see here ethane, butane, propane, benzene, all these things are the petroleum products, and from that we can get various value added products. Okay, so we can see here from ethane, we get a various value added product. That is ethylene, polyethylene, ethyl alcohol, ethylene oxide, ethylene glycol, stearine, vinyl chloride, acrylonitrile. Okay. Then from propane we get a various type of value added product like propylene, polypropylene, polypropylene oxide, isopropanol. Butane we get various value added product, that is isobutanol, butadiene, acrylonitrile, polybutadiene, etc. Then benzene, from benzene we get a various products such as phenol, styrene, polystyrene, then cyclohexane, caprolactam, fiber, nylons, etc. Again from toluene we get a nitrotoluene, phenol. Okay. Then from M-xylene we get a P-xylene. So these are the various products. So sulfur is also called as a petrochemical product. Okay. So from that sulfur we can get a sulfuric acid. Wax we get various products, okay, medicinal wax. Then coke we get a metallurgical coke, electro grade cokes. So these are the various value added products that we get from the petroleum products. So that is the importance of petrochemical industries. Now we can see the second generation petrochemicals. So whatever the first generation chemicals we get, it is further given a physical and a chemical change. So we can get a second generation product, and they are generally polymers of various hydrocarbons. So here we can see polypropylene, ethylene. Okay, so we get, so whatever the monomers we are getting, we can convert into polymer, and we can get a polyethylene, polypropylene, polybutylene. So likewise we can, some PVC, all these products are generally second generation chemicals. Now we can see the third generation. So whatever the polymers we are getting, they are further given a physical and chemical change. So we can get a value added product, that is plastics. Okay. Then again plastic will be given, converted into a number of plastics. It may be thermoplastic, thermosettings plastic. Okay. So these are the the products, final products, or the third generation petrochemical products. Again we get another type of product which is called as a rubbers. They are generally used, it is also called as elastomers. Okay, they have a variety of large applications in our industries, okay, in our day-to-day life. Then various examples, so various reactions are involved for making such type of uh, reactions are the catalytic reactions. Okay, then there is dissociation, dehydrogenation, hydrogenation, addition or polymerization, and the condensation polymerization. So these are all the various types of chemical processes that are involved for producing a third generation petrochemicals. Now we can see the references that I have taken. So I have referred the various books also. That is the Fundamental of Petroleum and Petrochemical Engineering by Uttam Roy Chaudhary. Again, I have taken the photos from these websites. That's why I have referred them. Okay, so that is all about the petrochemical industries. Again, number of video I have uploaded in my channel. So you just go through that also, and just watch it watch it and like it, and you can say share it. Okay, so that is all about this lecture. Thank you friends.